Hello there. It's showtime.
What is this, trick-or-treat?
Did I do that?
Good morning, Charlie.
Sailor Moon, the champion of justice.
Daddy would have gotten us Uzis.
The power is yours.
Get down, honey, get down!
And look, I won't go far, okay? If the apocalypse comes,
Hold your fire! I'm a human!
Grace Jones.
Thunder. Thundercats.
Power of 3 will set us free. Power of 3 will set us free. Power of 3 will set us free.
But I ain't one to gossip, so if anyone asks you, you ain't heard it from me. No, you have?
No more room in hell. The dead will walk here.
Live from your grave.
Radical Retro Rewind bonus episode.
Have you ever listened to a song and you love it, or you've listened to a song for years, maybe since your childhood or your new favorite like top 40 song, and you finally look at the lyrics and you see that they're nothing like what you thought they were. They're nothing like you've been singing to for years, and sometimes they're actually surprising and you're like, why did they say that? Or how is it that I got this so confused? So we had talked about this for quite a long time.
Years even.
Yeah, I mean, we love music and we wanted to kind of talk about like how funny it is that when you have these lyrics that you can't believe that you've been singing them this whole time or not understanding them. So we're not back till the third week in January. So we're working on our new format diligently. So we decided to take off the first 2 weeks in January to kind of catch up. So we decided to throw this in. I hope our listeners enjoy it. What my thought is, honestly, is I would love this to come full circle where people listen and they put down a song that they have always had.
Yes.
And then we can maybe do another episode.
I love that.
So I think what we've decided to do is we're going to play the bit of the song that we are confused about or we've been singing our whole lives wrong or whatever. And then we're actually going to say what we thought the lyrics were and then actually maybe read the lyrics off. Does that sound fair? It's almost like a game.
I'm already thinking of ones that we just had naturally over the years, which I know one has to involve Destiny's Child from you. That has been one that's been going on for years. So David, I love this. Radical Ones, I hope you enjoy this bonus like David said, and let's get into it. Take us away, David. Where are you bringing us?
This one, I know the actual lyric, but I wanted to just put it in there because I don't know why. This is like me like dieting. So this is like part of like me always being on a diet. So Kelly Clarkson has a song.
Many songs. Yes.
yes. So the lyrics are "Here I go once again, I'm falling to pieces." Right?
Yes.
I always sing "Here I go once again, I'm eating Reese's Pieces."
Here I am, once again. I'm torn into pieces. Can't deny it, can't pretend.
And they're delicious. I love peanut butter and chocolate, and they're wonderful.
So does E.T. He loves them too.
There's your radical part. Your retro part. I'm just putting it out there. Like, I know lyrics to certain songs, but I just change them. And in my mind, they have become that lyric. Kelly Clarkson could sing, she's falling to pieces, but she's eating Reese's Pieces no matter what. And
She's eating Reese's Pieces, and you remember back in the day, if Kelly Clarkson was making a music video, she was destroying an apartment too, while she was doing it. Remember that? Like, she had that string of every apartment I go into is an ex-boyfriend's in the video, and I'm destroying it.
It was like her and then Lindsay Lohan, father to daughter or daughter to father, and she's like, I used to throw stuff around my room just for fun to that song, even though it's terrible because it's a horrible song.
Another song we didn't know the lyrics. Mother to father, father to daughter. So yeah, we have a list. I think we should just go through it. We'll rapid fire because we don't want to create like in case you guys don't really care for this format of this podcast. We're just going to go through quick, but I just thought it was really funny. We've compiled a list. It's not even half of because we never get anything right anyway. We don't. But honestly, like David said, on some of my list are ones that I kind of know at this point aren't it, but it still sounds like it. But there was one recently, David, that actually actually blew my mind. I told this to you a few months ago, but it's Celine Dione, and the song I want to say is...
It's all coming back to me now.
It's all coming back.
What is it?
For years, I thought it was more than all your lousy loves.
They were nights of endless pleasure. It was more than any loss in love.
Instead of, it was more than, and I looked up the lyric, and it was more than laws allow.
That's the lyric? I didn't know that.
That's the lyric, but to me it sounds like she was saying, like, our love was better than all your lousy loves. So that, honestly, I still hear to this day. I don't hear laws allow. And I'm thinking she's saying her love was better than all the rest of the loves out there. So lousy loves, David, for Celine.
Lousy loves. So I'm just gonna put it out there from the 80s, J.J Fad, SuperSonic.
Oh my God.
SuperSonic, but I have no idea at the end. And anybody, I didn't even look that up because I still don't know what it is. She's like, everybody, something.
Clydesdale.
It's like she's saying clientele, Clydesdale. I don't know what she's saying, but you roll it, Ryan, and you say, like, if someone was just listening to this and we didn't have the internet and they didn't have a sleeve in the back of a cassette tape or an album sleeve, lyrics, you tell me what she's saying, what she's spitting.
When I'm on a microphone to see the audience imitated figure is a difference. Everybody say I'm different. There's no other angel lover. Everybody know I'm covered clientele. There's a girl. Everybody know I'm jail. To the BC you can tell. Everybody know the jail. I'm a lama 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 doom and I'm a semen. I'm a lama lama doom and I'm a lama lama semen. I'm a lama lama doom and I'm a lama lama semen. I'm a lama lama semen. I'm a doom and I'm a lama. Yeah, that was it. That's it.
And then her girls are back there saying, yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Because they don't know what she's saying either. Clydesdale, Bobo. Yeah, clientele, Clydesdale.
See-ma-lama, do-ma-lama, see-ma-lama. Ooh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know. So where we go with that one? Ryan, you hit me up with one.
Yeah, I mean, on the 80s, voices carry.
Okay.
This is Gary.
See, here's the funny part. You're saying this is Gary. I always thought she was saying voices Gary, meaning like she's talking to somebody. Don't say anything because voice is Gary. Like I thought she was saying like she was talking to somebody about like, I don't know, maybe she was hearing voices or
she was
like
hearing voices. Voices Gary. Yeah, voices Gary. Well, that's better than this is Gary. What? At least you got the voice. You got the voice part down. Voice is Gary. That's along the 80s, David.
So I'm just going to throw it out there. We used to have this thing, and I don't know if anybody else... Do you remember when we used to... I don't know if you remember this. We used to say, and this is not any particular song, what the hell is Stevie Nicks singing?
Well, she can be, yeah.
I love Stevie Nicks. I love Stevie Nicks. I love Fleetwood Mac. I love Stevie Nicks. But... to the gypsy.
Oh, yeah, you gotta throw something in there. Crystals, witch, gypsy.
Spin.
Yeah, spin.
Story. Misty Day,
spin it, yep.
Which, anyway, so I don't know. We used to have this thing, like, what the hell is Stevie Nicks saying? That's what we used to, like, one of our, like, games that we used to play, like, where we were going, I don't know.
What is Stevie saying?
How about you, Ryan?
This was actually another lyric that I thought for over 20-something years was, and now David will realize, will get it, because this is a local thing. It's Whitney's, It's Not Right, But It's Okay. And David, I always thought it was, she's gonna take care of her bills, but she's gonna pay my light bill.
Pay my light bill. Take care of my babies.
Now that is, LIPA is a lights in Long Island, which that company doesn't exist anymore either, but
she was my LIPA.
Like she's paying her bills, she's paying her phone, pay my LIPA, which was electric, which I actually thought made sense.
Well, because she has made references to New York before too, like when
exactly.
Like why did 213 come up on your caller ID?
Ooh.
So things like that. I'm trying to think. Let's see here. Like I'm going to this list and I'm trying to like figure out. So for a Destiny Child,
I have one too. I have a Destiny.
Go ahead, Ryan.
This is now. I'm gonna have to play a song. I'm gonna have to bleep out what I think the word is, but it's not this. Jumpin', Destiny's Child.
Okay.
The club is full of ballers and their pocket is full grown. Now tell me you don't hear. The club is full of ballers and their full grown. The club is full of ballers and my phone. And this has been since I was a teenager. This is what this sounded like.
Well, we know where your mind is. We know where your mind.
Their pocket or their blank is full grown.
Well, I think that's what she's saying anyway.
That's what I think. That was a double entendre that kind of just sounds like it. But your Destiny's Child was beyond. I remember this. This was what when they would do it. They were celebrating their like greatest hits album, right? This song came out, or no?
Do you actually have the lyrics for this song? Because I still don't even know them.
Can you keep up, baby boy? Make me lose my breath. Bring the noise, make me lose my breath.
Now, I don't know.
Hit me hard, make me lose my breath.
I heard knees against my back. Hit me hard, knees against my back.
And you thought it was always a...
In my mind, what kind of sexual position this is going to be that his knees against her back? You keep knees against my back. Hit me hard, knees against my back.
And that's how you described it one day. You were like, you know that song, Knees Against My Back?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out how knees against my back could happen, but I'm just going to say that's what I thought the lyrics were. Hit me hard, knees against my back.
You know, it makes sense because it sounds like it could be a sexy move, honestly.
Well, it's something. It's something.
Oh my god. So I have two from Britney. The classic to me, and this was, we just got through the Christmas season. David and I got to spend it with each other this year. But
yes, that was great. That was amazing.
Her song, Santa Can You Hear Me? I've always heard, would I be wrong for taking a peek? Instead of taking a peek. Because Britney doesn't end that eek at the end of peak. She just goes, would I be wrong for taking a peek?
Christmas Eve, I just can't sleep. Would I be wrong for taking a peek?
You know, she does that little
Maybe currently Britney might take a peek, but on camera, but I don't know.
Oh my god. So yeah, so that's my one Britney. What about you? Do you have something in the vein of Britney?
I'm gonna go with Selena Gomez.
Okay.
What the Heart Wants. Now, I hear, and you're gonna have to bleep this out, it's the very beginning of the song, I hear what the wants. What the wants. Now you tell me, you could also say what the funk wants.
Funk, yes.
But it's what the heart wants. It's right. So you tell me now, listeners. In the very beginning, it's the first thing that she says.
What the want?
Considering what Justin Bieber did to her, I think the lyrics actually fit the way I see them.
Honestly, I think it's because they have that distortion too in the beginning. It sounds like it definitely adds to what the blank wants. Which leads me to another Britney. This was more of a recent one. And by recently, I mean like, 12, 13 years ago. I Want to Go. So there's this one point like, I want to go. And I thought she said, taking off my foot tonight. Taking out my feet. Taking out my feet tonight.
I wanna go all the way. Taking out my feet tonight.
Or taking off my foot tonight.
Are you telling me that Britney has a prosthetic foot?
Taking off my feet tonight. I want to go. Actually, I don't even know. Taking out my freak tonight. She's not taking out her feet. She's taking out her freak tonight, David. If she took out her feet, she might be able to get OnlyFans money.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what I heard.
So I have an old one that I love. It's one of my favorites from the English girl group Bananarama, for those who know.
I love them.
So Bananarama has a song, I Heard a Rumor.
They say you have a broken heart.
Now, I hear, and I don't now, but I do because I like it better. So I'm thinking, okay, picture it. You're young, you're in high school, right? So let's say you had a summer romance, and so
Yes.
the lyrics are, I heard a rumor, they say you have a broken heart. It's about a boy that she liked, but he kind of did her wrong, but then he got his heart broken, right? That's what the song's about, right?
Yes.
And she's saying that I heard a rumor. I hear, because back in when we lived in New York and we went to school, children go back to school in September.
Yes.
So I heard a rumor. They say you got a broken heart. Uh-oh. I heard a rumor in September. The lyrics are, I heard a rumor. Yes, I did, boy. I hear in September, meaning I thought she went back to school and she heard the rumor that he got his heart broken over the summer.
She had a Grease, Sandy, and Danny moment, and she was telling the Pink Ladies in September. Actually, I could hear that in September. Definitely. Is this your list, Dave? Because you need to do the one right after that. Because if that's the classic.
Ashlee?
That is a classic.
Okay, Miss Ashlee Simpson. Play the song, Ryan, because you got.
This is LaLa.
The song is called LaLa. Now, I don't even know, like Ryan, we didn't do our research, people, so I don't even know what the lyrics are. I hear in the part of the song, I'm like an alley cat, I drink the milk right off the floor. You make me wanna la-la.
This has been for years.
And I still say, I stick by, I'm an alley cat, and I drink the milk right off the floor. What are the actual lyrics, Ryan?
I'm like alley cat, drink a milk a bottle more. Drink a milk a bottle more.
Now, in all honesty, what would be the difference? I think drinking the milk right off the floor, because she's an alley cat, would make more sense.
You know, it makes this better because you have to put in mind that at this point she was trying to distance herself from Jessica Simpson, and she was trying to be like, I'm hardcore, I got dark hair. So this makes it actually fit in that she's like, I do this, I stay out all night, I drink the milk off the floor. This would fit in with that time Ashlee Simpson.
Yes. She is an alley cat, and she drinks the milk right off the floor. So that's it.
Oh my god, that's a classic. Oh my god. Honestly, I have one more.
Okay.
Now, this one might be I've been saving this one because
oh god,
I don't even know how to say this, and I say this with the utmost love and respect. I honestly have heard this since I was a teenager. Shout out to Philip Talon, if you're out there listening, my friend. He will know that this is what I thought the lyric was. Oh my god, along that line, do you remember when Philip asked me, he's like, do you know what the song, My House, Where She Sleeps? Tell me where we first...
Okay, oh, you mean, There's a Stranger in My House?
Stranger in My House.
I love that song.
Stranger in My House. And he said, you know what she means, right? When she said where her spot is. And, you know, this is the most Ryan thing ever. I'm like, yeah, she knows where she sleeps. That's where she sleeps. She's asking him, where do I sleep in the bed? Like, where's my spot? Like, where do I normally sleep? Like, he would know.
Where do I fit into your life? Because you're a stranger in my house. You wear the same size shoes, but there's a stranger in my house.
Tell me where my spot is.
Along the lines, Mandy Moore's In My Pocket, a little...
So, Ryan thought the lyrics were, a little black man is in my pocket.
Yes.
Now, is this supposed to be a sexual thing from you to begin with? Like she
no, it keeps her warm. Oh, and a little black man to keep me warm. Which
well, Ryan, that's so bizarre.
I know it. I mean,
is she into people that are? What did you think she was into? Short people, small people? It's irrelevant if he's black or not. It doesn't matter.
No, that's not it. That has something to do with it.
Or you thought that almost sounds like she's got a vibrator or something.
Oh, but that's not what I was thinking of. And it goes along the line too with that Selena Gomez warping sound, because that song does have that in my pocket.
all she's got to keep her warm. Okay, well, I get it. Sometimes that's all the girls got.
And it don't matter if he's little or not. He's still there. I say this with all honesty. That's what I thought that said at first. I still hear that when I hear the song because I do play it often.
Well, at least she's okay with short men or a vibrator, apparently. So. So I put on my list the Pussycat Dolls when I grow up.
Yeah, everyone knows this one. When I grow up,
I want to be famous. I want to be in movies. When I grow up, I always hear I want to have boobies instead of groupies. I want to have groupies. I want to have boobies. Because I'm thinking she was singing to hers when she was a little young girl, and she wasn't. Not to sound crude, but she wasn't developed, and she wants to be sexy, and she wants to have boobies.
1,000%. 1,000%.
So when I grow up, I want to have boobies. Now, when I grow up, I don't want my boobies or my moobies. I want to lose them. Sorry, we have a difference of opinion, Nicole.
But that actually fits along with the growing up, I want to be famous, I want to be a star. Kids would say something like that. That one is 100% definitely. That one's.
Let's take this back, and Ryan, you're going to have to look up the lyrics. The Bangles. I love the Bangles. I love Eternal Flame. I love Walk Like an Egyptian. They really were great. Walk Like an Egyptian. I don't even understand the lyrics, some of them. Like, she's something on a street, she's calling a cop. But the lyrics that I remember, the one that I have a thing with is, again, it's about high school and school again. You're going to play the part, but I hear all the kids get so sick of books, they like to flunk in the middle something, like in the middle term, meaning like they want to flunk in the middle of school. What are the actual lyrics?
All the school kids so sick of books, they like the punk and the metal band.
All the school kids so sick of books, they like the punk and the metal bands. When the buzzer rings, oh, they're walking
like an Egyptian.
They like the punk and the metal band.
So I heard they like to flunk in the middle something.
In the middle term.
In the middle man. I don't know. Something. No, that's actually not too bad because she's talking about kids and she's talking about like school and stuff, but like they like the punk and metal. But honestly, all the lyrics, who knows? Something about a street, spin their trays, they cross the floor, they drop the drink
and they bring you more.
But then there's like a something about the crocodile on your cigarette with a Cadillac.
Crocodiles, they snap the teeth on your cigarette.
Just listen to Walk Like Egyptian, and you tell me if you know every lyric or not.
I don't even think they know.
I don't think so. The other one I have, and for those who were in the club scene in the 2000s, early 2000s, 90s, Tori Amos, Professional Widow. So Tori Amos' Professional Widow was a very bizarre. I mean, I love Tori. Who doesn't? I mean, if you love Tori Amos, you just love Tori Amos. They made this into a dance song, and it was so popular in the clubs. But the lyrics are, "It's gotta be big," meaning like it's. If you listen to the lyrics, everybody in the club thought, especially at the gay bars, he's got a big bloop.
Destiny's Child.
I think they still want it to be that way. So
it's full grown. It's full grown, David.
What was did you talk about? Oh, let me see here. So then there is.
Oh, you got some good ones too.
So we got Alicia Keys.
Oh my god.
New York.
You know, she did her cover. She took the Jay-Z song herself.
Don't ask me why.
Yeah, but this makes sense too.
But how?
Because
she's singing about how New York. She's talking about how. Yeah, that's true about King Kong. I didn't even thought about. I'm like, so it's on my. Is she saying her name is found on a marquee on Broadway? I hear a monkey was found on Broadway.
See my face in the lights, on my name, my monkeys found down on Broadway.
And I'm thinking, why the hell is she saying? Like, is she talking about like those street people that dress up like things? Is it supposed to be King Kong?
People, you take pictures with them?
Like, I'm thinking, what is she talking about? And this is like such a an anthem for New York. Like, it's like a respect song. And I'm thinking, why the hell is she saying a monkey is found on Broadway?
Seeing my face in lights or my name on marquees found down on Broadway. That's a weird twist of a lyric.
But it doesn't make any sense. And when I first heard it, I said, why is she... Like, this makes the song sound really stupid.
No,
but I'm the stupid one because I hear that. But, like, marquee, marquee. But why is she... But she would really be making a reference to King Kong.
You know why? There are... I remember seeing in New York, they would sell postcards in the gift shop with, like, the old King Kong on top of the Empire State Building.
That's true.
So... They did have that blow-up one.
I was trying to wrap my head around why this would be part of this song, considering most people don't think of the Empire State Building with King Kong on it, especially modern. But anyway, I digress. So that's one of the weirdest lyrics I always tell people, you think your life is bad? I have more sad stories than there are lights on Broadway on that marquee.
Ooh. But here's to some good ones in 2024, including this episode, Radical Ones.
Rest in peace, Sinead O'Connor. I love Sinead O'Connor. I've loved a lot of her songs. I like a lot of her offbeat stuff. People that don't
Put it on me.
Yes, the song I love that song from the Nightmare on Elm Street collection. Hands on Me. There's a song she sings, Heroin. This is the last day of our acquaintance. There is a song, and forgive me if I'm not saying it right. It's called Mandicott. Mandicott. I don't know if it's. I don't know what it. I thought
that said Manic Cop.
And she says, it sounds like she's saying, I do know a romantic cop. Now let me tell you something. I know by the name, the lyric of this, like the name of the song, that obviously it's not. I do know a romantic cop, and cop. Saying the word cop is actually a very I feel like a very regional thing, mostly to the East Coast of the United States. To call it police officer, not a policeman, not an officer, not a whatever normally you would call. Copper. Hey, there's a cop over here. Hey, copper. Because of the word copper, meaning we actually was a phrase from the 20s about the actual their
copper,
their actual plate, their why can't I think of what it was?
Oh, like a license plate or
no, not their
badge.
Their badge plate was made of copper, so they called them copper.
But the mobsters also, I'm saying.
Hey,
I think said it as a derogatory, probably too. Like, oh, there's a copper. There's a romantic cop for Sinead.
I do know a romantic cop. I actually went out with a romantic cop, let's just say.
Oh, all the flowers that he planted, mama, in the backyard.
Now, some people could say, because my nickname for my husband is Bubba, all the flowers that you planted, Bubba, in the backyard, all died and went away.
You also have always said you can replace shoe for any lyric.
I do, and I do it every song. I can do that. It's always about, Post Malone, someone took a big shot, tell me how that felt. Now, I'm going to say, someone took a big boop, tell me how that felt.
Someone took a big L, don't know how that felt.
What is that in? What song is that in?
It's in the Spider-Man movie, the Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. God. Oh my God. Post. I know what he looks like. I know he gives his shoes out to fans or something like that when they ask for it. I don't know, but can I tell you? I can't picture one of his songs.
It's Sunflower, right? That's what it's called.
Sunflower. Okay, Sunflower. Because I'm gonna have to look that up.
You don't know Post Malone? You're terrible.
I know what he looks like, but...
Another one I have, Depeche Mode. For those of Depeche
Mode.
Enjoy the Silence. Now, in my mind, and I'm going to go crazy out there. In my mind, when I think of this back in the day, when I was much younger, for some reason, I thought Depeche Mode was like a German band.
Well, the name alone makes you think
I thought it was like a German band, and... There is a lyric in Enjoy the Silence. Now, I gotta find this. Pleasures remain, so does the pain. Now, don't ask me why I heard... In my mind, I heard soldiers burping. Instead of pleasures remade.
Pleasures remain, so does the pain.
Soldiers
Now, I don't know why I'm thinking this. In my mind, I'm going out there. This is like a post-apocalyptic kind of Germany, like Nazi, and like you're on a train, and the soldiers are just pigs, and they're like horrible, and they're treating you terribly, and they're just like burping on the train. Don't ask me where I came up with this whole idea.
I love this. Honestly, there are weird lyrics in songs, especially during the 80s, so I could see this.
Pleasures remain, so does pain. Words are meaningless and forgettable. So, all ever wanted, all ever needed is here in my arms.
Soldiers burping.
Don't ask me. But I'm going to tell you something. In preparation... For the 5 minutes of preparation that we did for this, I actually looked up the top 10 most mistaken lyrics, and let me tell you something. Everybody puts weird food things in every mistaken lyric.
What do you see? If Whitiney is not paying LIPA bills on this.
Okay, the first one they have is In Sync. It's gonna be May.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of me. Okay, they have ABBA.
Oh.
Feel the beat on the tangerine, but it's obviously Feel the Beat of the Tambourine. Now, I don't know how we got that. That's from ABBA, and that's Dancing Queen. Then there's Starship, We Built This City. Now, I knew that We Built This City on rock and roll. They have it, We Built This City on sausage rolls. The Beatles, I Want to Hold Your Hand. I Want to Hold Your Hand from this song, I Want to Hold Your Ham. Now, come on.
I want to hold your ham.
I believe that the heart does go on. I believe that the hot dogs go on. Now, is this a joke?
I would say that, but how we came up with some.
Oh, so here's from Greece. This is Olivia Newton-John, God rest her soul, and John Travolta. Some people here, I got heels, they're made of plywood. And instead of I have chills, they're multiplying.
I got heels, they're made of
plywood. And I'm losing control.
So Sandy was dancing at the end with plywood cha-cha heels from Frenchie. Plywood heels. Now,
Bohemian Rhapsody, I know people can get like spare him his life from his monstrosity. They get saving his life from this warm sausage tea.
What is with the sausages? There's a lot of meat things going on here.
Selena Gomez, good for you. They have I'm farting carrots instead of I'm 14 carat.
In the 14 carat, that one. I'm thinking 14 carat.
Okay, here's one I can see. Johnny Cash, I can see clearly now. I can see clearly now. So it's I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. People say, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. So it's a girl. He's saying Lorraine. She's saying that people think it's
Lorraine.
And I can see that.
Oh, not the ring is gone. That's what
Elvis Presley, Suspicious Minds, we
can't go on.
So we're caught in a trap.
Yeah.
They have it there. They call it a tramp, or we caught him a trout.
We call him a tramp. I could see that because there were tramps, gypsies, and gypsies and thieves.
I mean, it's like crazy. Okay, so I'll just do a couple more because of dragging. But Eminem and Rihanna, Monster. I'm friends with the mustard that's under my bed instead of I'm friends with the monster that's under my bed.
I'm friends with the I mean, she does say monster, kind of like monsters. I could see that.
Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back. I like big butts and I cannot lie. They think it's I like big butts and a can of limes.
I like big butts and a can of limes.
Oh, Ryan, this is for you. This is for you, you little peer. You little Britney Spears peer. REM, Losing My Religion. Some people mistake the line, that's me in the corner. Or let's pee in a corner.
Let's pee in a corner. Losing my religion. I'm sorry for Madonna Like a Virgin. This isn't far off. The lyrics, they touch for the very first time. People think it's touch for the 31st time. I'm going with touched for the 31st time for 100. For the 31st. That's so good. Oh my god. This is a good one. Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. I'm a lion, I'm a vinyl, I'm a skittle, I'm a beetle. The correct chorus is a mulatto, an albino, a mosquito, my libido. They think it's I'm a lion, I'm a vinyl, I'm a skittle. I think the 31st time's the best thing I've ever heard. Such for the first time.
Oh my god.
And I'm a Skittle. Oh my god.
So there's so much. There's so many. I could just keep. Don't go chasing waterfalls from TLC. Don't go Jason waterfalls. Why would you?
Don't go to Jason. Don't go to Jason's waterfalls.
And obviously, Elton John, Tiny Dancer, Tony Danza. But that's more of a joke.
You have been always saying that. And I actually learned recently that Tiny. I haven't heard what the actual meaning is, but evidently Tiny Dancer is supposed to be a sexual song. Hold me closer, Tiny Dancer.
ABBA.
Chickatita?
As in Chicken Tita. No.
I never chicken tenders.
Take your teeth out. Tell me what's wrong. Instead of Chicken Tita, tell me what's wrong. Take your teeth out.
Take your teeth out. Tell me what's wrong. Oh my god. That's actually a great one.
I love this song, and I actually like the remake Toto from Toto Africa.
Oh, I love Africa.
There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. People think there's nothing more than 100 men on Mars could ever do.
Honestly, I've heard Mars over the years myself. I should have added that one. 100 men on Mars could ever do.
There's a list that goes on and on and on. I just...
Have they put their knees in their backs yet, though? If they haven't experienced that...
Hit me hard, knees against my back. Hit me hard, knees against my...
It's like a stretch. I can picture someone. Oh god, the moves. I would love to hear mistaken lyrics from our radical ones, because I know we have some smart radical ones out there, and I know their brains must be working hardcore.
Oh, so the song from Squeeze. Okay, here's another one. Squeeze.
Yes.
Pulling muscles from a shell. Okay? I always hear pulling muscles for Michelle.
Pulling muscles from a shell. Pulling muscles from a shell.
Wow.
So I'm not sure if he was pulling muscles for Michelle because it's a sexual thing, or she's making him work to death because she wants that money. She wants that bank. He's pulling muscles for Michelle, or he's building something. Maybe he's building a house.
Or he's a personal trainer.
I always hear pulling muscles for Michelle. For Michelle, not from Michelle.
Radical ones, have you taken a pee? Have you had a little blanket?
Man in your pocket.
Yeah, a little man in your pocket.
Did you want boobies?
Did you want boobies?
Did you hear a rumor in September?
About Whitney's life, a bill? That's like... I think that's such a Long Island thing, but...
Well, LIPA is the Long Island Power Authority, so for those who know about Long Island, New York.
So, radical ones, this was our bonus for the first week of the new year. We cannot be happier to be back again. As we always say, behind the scenes, we're always recording and stuff, but this is our first recording of the year. Stay tuned for more. David and I have some stuff planned for the upcoming weeks as we're getting back into things. You never know, we might be popping up with a review of the 1990 Dark Shadows series. You never know, maybe we'll end up doing another bonus episode like this with another topic, with things that we can't really talk about on the main show, because we're usually doing, a movie or a TV show. So if you want to hear like weird anecdotes like this and give us your mistaken lyrics, we could totally do part 2.
I think that says it all.
With that, you can always find Mr. David, everyone's favorite brother, at Universal Appeal 2021 Word on Instagram, as well as the Radical Retro Rewind podcast, one word on Instagram. Over on our Thundercats side, David, we finally got a new review. I cannot wait to talk about it when we do our Thundercats episodes. But we finally, Radical Ones, got a new review for the podcast. It just so happened to be finally for a Thundercats fan, and we will read that. If you are listening to this, thank you so much, and we will read that on Thundercats. We will see everyone next time, and
let's give them something to talk about.
Talk about her.
Remember, if a girl answers, talk about her.